From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go, here we go.
Throwing on the first play from scrimmage, here's Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Bengals at 8-4 now in the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, Week 8 to be exact. And it was the visiting Bengals who came away with a victory in that one, so they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Watson. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 for a Bengals TD. CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3-and-out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take it in for the score.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't just settle for the standard good way to start the game. They started in dramatic fashion. Take it away, score points, and guess what? They'll be flying to get back out there on defense again after that play.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. Fields it right around the goal line. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Browns drive about to get started. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From just shy of midfield, Watson runs over it. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a nice gain at 21 yards. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll send a receiver in motion left. From the 22, Watson, and they're going to get him. He's sagged back around the 28. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. In motion is Grant. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Schwartz, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Watson. That's caught at the 2. Touchdown, Browns. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Another try after the first down sack. Burrow, it's caught by Davis. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Burrow. Right back to Davis. It's complete. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. And he will find his man Chase complete. Touchdown! Jamar Chase, 29 yards. And the Bengals have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. And McPherson on for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Browns drive about to get started. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Watson now to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 from Bengals TD. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Extra point by McPherson. Up and good. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled into 20. The Browns drive about to get started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago and threw the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes.
And now Watson throws another interception. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're getting this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
First down. Here's Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the run is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. The Browns drive about to get started. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touch.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Lockett, 40 yards. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And Brown is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Browns drive about to get started. They begin this drive with Chubb. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. To throw is Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Now it's Burrow. Going for the deep ball. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Browns are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football. Because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. In motion is Grant. Here's Watson. He finds his man, complete. It's Grant. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, it's Watson. Going across the formation, and Chubb brings it in. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Swings this out for Hunt. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. Another completion here to Hunt. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. 2nd and 5 from the 8. Here's Watson. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big...
And And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper as the first half is winding down. And the Browns are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. The pass complete to Ingram on the crossing route. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that is incomplete.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. Let's put a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
Flush to his right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Browns drive about to get started. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Out of the gun, Watson. And now here's another interception. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 for Bengals TV. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick-6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Taken at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Now on 2nd and 13, Watson. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Back to throw, Watson. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now it's Watson. And my goodness, another interception. Daxton Hill picks it off. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 from Bengals TV. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Williams now on the return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Browns drive about to get started. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, had to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
So 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. And now here's another interception. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. Touchdown! Jamar Chase, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season. And the Bengals get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw left side. There's Schwartz with it. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. From the gun, here's Watson. Flushed out right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer. And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 31. Now Watson. And he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. To throw again on second down. Watson. Touchdown, Browns. Anthony Schwartz, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by York is up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. We paid this offense plenty of compliments already, but, I mean, they are deserving as they start another series to be leading by this much with so much time left to play in the fourth. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points.
And my goodness, another interception. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. The York now for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Part of the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. We're up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah,
and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Gun.
Burrow going for it on fourth. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. After the interception, here's Watson. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also...
And now here's another interception. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Burrow's throw here taken in by Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They will throw on first down with Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw going to be caught by Davis. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Throwing on second and long. Burrow. And he will find his man Chase complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Burrow on third down. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Jadeveon Clowney able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up fourth down. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has meant...
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. McPherson now for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Browns drive about to get started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. That one looks like he'll throw here. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. To try again after the sack. Burrow. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy.
Well, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's got to reincarnate it right here.